Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. We are going to review this video here about how Islam killed racism. You see the story of Bilal. Muslims, they have this one story, keep repeating it to everybody, and Bilal, Bilal, Bilal. Who is Bilal? Bilal was an unlucky person. He lived as a slave. And you can go and read my book, The Deception of Allah. I have whole chapter just written about Bilal, just about Bilal, exposing the lies which Muslims come with when they say that the Prophet he is not with slavery, and Bilal he was the first, one who called for a prayer. Bilal he was the first one who called for a prayer because he's a slave. If he called for the prayer and the infidels kill him, they will kill him, they will not kill Muhammad. So Muhammad was risking his life actually. Same time, you will not see anyone else doing the call for a prayer except Bilal, because he's a slave. Muhammad, he don't dare to order Umar or Abu Bakr or anyone to go and do the prayer, to call for a prayer. The poor slave go and do it. You will see in my book, Bilal is the one who carried the food, Bilal is the one who carried the bag, Bilal is the one, even the water he washed for ablution, for wudu, Bilal is not allowed even to use normal water. He used the leftover of Muhammad's feet and private part to clean himself. Because when Muhammad cleaned himself, what he cleaned? You tell me what he cleaned, right? He is done with the cleaning. Then you will see Bilal is using that. But I'm not going to focus on any of this now. I'm going to focus in killing this lie about Islam killed racism. One question will kill all those lies. Why Muhammad died and Bilal still a slave? Just one question. Muhammad, he loved Bilal. Muhammad, he kissed Bilal every day, which is not true. Muhammad, he is crazy about Bilal. Bilal is the most wonderful person. Blah, 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 blah. But why Bilal did not get his freedom during the life of Muhammad? Why? Oh, Muhammad, he forgot? This guy, he served him, and at the end, Muhammad is still, he died, and still he forgot. And when Muhammad died, how many slaves he owned? Not only Bilal. So, you see the lies they say, and I want to show you one more lie in here. This is an Islamic website. Let us see here. Here. Because some people, they might say this is, no, Bilal, he was free before Muhammad death. No. Bilal R.A. after Prophet death. Now I want to show you here one of the lies of Muslims. Look at the translation of the hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari. This is the translation, not my translation. Read the hadith, this is the hadith as they are saying. And here the translation coming after you, if you freed me for you, I will do what you want. He's talking to Abu Bakr. The fact, this is not what the verse, the hadith in Arabic saying. Let me expose the liars, how they give false translation just to deceive anyone about what happened to Bilal. If we go to Sahih al-Bukhari, this is the same hadith, exactly the same hadith. Narrated, Qais, Bilal said to Abu Bakr, if you have bought me for yourself, then keep me for yourself. But if you have bought me for Allah's sake, then leave me for Allah's sake. This guy is asking for his freedom. So, Bilal, and this is the same hadith again. The same hadith again. So, according to the Muslims' deception, that after the death of Muhammad, Bilal, he said that to Abu Bakr, but he was free in this website. But the fact, if you read this translation here, it looked like they are saying he was free. The fact, no. If he's free, he's free. Abu Bakr, you have no control of him anyway, right? So this is a false fabricated translation. You see, I showed you the correct translation. This has happened after the death of Muhammad. So until that point, Bilal is a slave. So Muhammad is a good guy. Muhammad is against slavery, but he approved it in the Quran. Muhammad against slavery, but he accepts slaves as gift, like Mary the Copt and many others, and he enslaved many, and he captured many, and he enslaved them. Muhammad is against slavery, but against racism, huh? Which is very false too. Uh, but Bilal himself, the poor guy who served him all his life, or many years of his life, he died, Muhammad died, and he did not free him. And look how this guy is suffering, asking, for God's sake, free me. Free me. Bilal said to Abu Bakr, if you have bought me for yourself, then give me. Because this guy keep giving speeches about how good he is, and he been promised many times. This guy, they keep fooling him about the freedom is coming, and here we go. Muhammad, he died, and the freedom never come, because this is what the conversation here is about, right? Like, okay, you bought me for yourself. Okay, keep me then. But you claim that you are a guy who is doing for Allah, so why you don't leave me? Leave me. And in here, actually, he is asking him to go so he can go to war. He prefer to die instead of being a slave. At least if he go to war, maybe he will let him go free. So then Abu Bakr, he is in the corner. He said, uh, after all of this, etc., according to the stories, that then Abu Bakr, he gave him a freedom. But as you see in here, it doesn't say that at all, actually. But let us assume that he gave him a freedom. Let us assume that he gave him a freedom. But obviously, Muhammad is not against slavery. Obviously, Bilal, he spent his time and most of his life as a slave. And all the time of Muhammad's life, Muhammad never get a second to free him. You see, if I have a slave, he is so good to me. And even this slave will not even leave me, even if I free him. And I am a prophet of God. Then the question, and I converted to his, and this slave converted to my faith, the one I'm teaching. I'm teaching people about justice, teaching people about being good to each other, teaching people about to be whatever Muslims claim, right? But then I'm teaching everybody about to donate to Allah, to give for Allah, etc. But when someone is a part of my property, or he is my slave, giving me free servant, somebody gave me this slave, it's hard for me to let him go. So Muhammad in here showing us the sign of hypocrisy, and the sign of hypocrisy of Muslims too, because obviously Muhammad fruits is different from what Muslims they claim and they talk about. If he is good to Bilal, he will let him go and he will free him. He will free him from the first day he got him. Okay, what about after a year? What about 2 years? 3 years? Or 4 years? But this guy, Muhammad, he died. And still this poor Abdul, Bilal, is a slave of the Prophet, the most merciful Prophet of God. So here we go, we killed your lies. The poor guy, he wished he will be freed. Your Prophet never freed him. And after Muhammad died, long after Muhammad's death, Abu Bakr took him to serve him, to continue his slavery. And then this guy is asking, begging for his freedom. Begging for his freedom, please let me go, please. And then Muslims, they keep saying to us that Islam killed racism, when Islam all is about racism. Because racism is not only about color, and you see, Islam is against black people anyway, but it's not about really words you say. Muhammad, he used the black ones, but as you see, they are no one for him. They are still slaves. In the same time, racism is not just about colors. When you consider someone, he is stranger, stranger, he is not good, that is racism too. The Bible says, don't oppress the strangers, don't oppress them. In Islam, they oppress the stranger. Stranger is anyone who is not a Muslim. Christians, Jews, atheists, etc. They kill you, they torture you, they kidnap you, etc. And then they say we are not racist. Well, this is the religion of racism. Anyone is not from us, he is our enemy. Anyone who don't accept our faith, he is our enemy. Anyone he reject our prophet, we should hate him. We cannot even be friends to non-Muslims. And that can be found all over the Quran, chapter 3, verse number 28. They are not allowed to take you as a friend, but they can lie to you. Same we see in chapter uh, 4, verse number 4. When they fight you, they are fighting the unjust. You are unjust just because you are a Muslim. And you are not a Muslim, you are from the supporter of Satan. Uh, it's all over. When you find the kuffar, take them and kill them, etc. And those who they take the kuffar as a friends, Allah is going to punish them. He will not be justice with them, and He will take the dignity from them. Like in here, chapter 4, verse number 44. Don't take the non-believers as a friends. Do you want Allah to punish you? You can read the translation. So this is racism. They cannot even take you as a friend. O who you believe, take not for friends unbelievers rather than the believers. Do you wish to offer Allah an open proof against yourself? This is a proof against yourself. You are being bad. For what? For taking me as a friend. And then they tell you this is not racist religion. This is racism. What's the difference between saying, oh, I'm a white man, I'm not going to take a black man as a friend? This is even more ugly, because this is open the door. Anyone he is not from my faith, he is my enemy. I cannot take him as a friend. And then they want to convince us that they are not racist. Or what about chapter 5, verse number 151? Take not Christians and Jews as a friends. That's it. You cannot take them as a friends. So who's left? Who's left? And remember, Jews and Christians, they are the only ones, they are people of the book, which means the rest, they are not counted, because those people, they should kill them. The Jews and the Christians, they should pay the penalty for not accepting Islam, but they can still live if they are subdued and accept with humiliation. But the rest should be killed anyway. So take not Christians and Jews as a friends. And then they say to us, Islam is against racism. What? If I put a sign in front of my door says, don't take Indians as a friend, take only white. Just wait. Take not American as a friend, only Arab. This is not racist. We should not accept anyone to be our friend and visit us in our home unless he is Chinese like me. What? And then they want to convince us that Islam is against racism, when the fact Islam is nothing but racism. Nothing but racism. I hope, I can give you tons of verses, it's endless. So racism and Islam is the same. It is the religion of racism. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy your video. Don't forget to tell your friends about my book if you'd like to learn more about Islam. And by the way, variant number 2 is coming very soon. I'm trying my best to have it published before the new year or the end of this year, which means 2 weeks from now. We are in 2014, 2015 is coming. So I hope variant number 2, which is going to speak about the false miracles of the Quran, the scientific miracles of the Quran, is going to be soon out. We pray it's going to be ready soon. Thank you very much, and God bless.